What's up, guys? So, I'm going to be showing us how to get huge sounding snares. Okay, especially we're dealing with crucial contemporary music. So, if you're using uh, the Cubase DAW, how you can actually hear or get that huge sounding snare just like you have when you are listening to uh, the regular CCM songs, you notice like the snare sounds this arena like very huge room snare, and how you can actually achieve that. And the first thing I will also say is stop just using one snare verb. All right. Uh, you would actually would achieve this by using two snare verbs, but there's a way to go about it. All right, there's a way to go about it, which I'm going to share with us here. So I have this setup, and I've had the kick processed, I have the snare processed, just to show us I'm talking about. So the snare processed and it's sounding dry. This is what it's like. Now if we introduce our two verbs into the scene, um, let's take this off, ensure that it's all turned on. I'm going to explain what's going on here. So yeah, so with it, the snare, with the verbs, so you can hear that, room like, um say as though that you in a big hall, or that arena like kind of feel, just with the snare. So pretty much, let's really go into what we're having, or what we're working on. So the first is, I'm having the to use the revelation verb. And for this revelation verb, I'm getting to use the plate reverb. Okay, the plate reverb setup. And for the plate reverb, I'm having the early reflections, like the tail mix, to 100. Okay, I'm having my room size to about 66.5. I'm having my room size to be about 66.5. My main time has to do with my decay. Okay, for this um revelation verb, it has to do with like the decay verb. So it's about like 62.5. Um, so I'm having my high frequencies of the verb termed at 7K, so that you don't have the brightness of the verb to and I'm controlling the low as about 150 hertz. Okay, so that's pretty much it here. And of course my mix is at 100. Yeah, then just after the revelation verb, I have the gate. So I'm using this gate to do a bit of control to make it a gated verb. Okay, to make it a gated verb. And I'm having my threshold at -20. Very quick attack here. Kind of fast release as well, 90. Having my hood 250. My range at -30. Then I'm having the bell type filter. Okay, and my setter has 500. So this is what I'm doing with the gate verb. Okay, so just having the snare with that first verb will have it sound just like this. So very nice, controlled, roomy kind of snare verb. Let's look at the second snare verb that I'm sending. And I'm still using the revelation. Now, this second snare verb has to deal with the tail of the verb, it has to do more with the space that I want to give to the entirety of the snare. Okay, and I'm also using a plate reverb here. 100% early reflections. That's the tail. My room size here is about 66.5. Okay, I can actually pull this up more by I left it at that point. The decay time, which is the made time here, decay time is the made time on the revelation verb. So at 50.5. Then I have my high frequency here cut at 4K, 4.8K, and my low frequency at 480. Okay. So now one other thing I'm doing here is to put the compressor just after the revelation verb. And here, what is helping me to do is to dock the verb anytime the snare hits. So it doesn't have the verb just covering up every space of the mix. Okay, so anytime you have the snare hit, it docks the verb, and I'm having it dock the verb like almost about -2 gain reduction. Okay, so I'm having the ratio about 4, very fast attack, quick release here. And let's see how it's responding with the compressor. One other thing too to also take note is that this second verb, the volume of the second verb, okay, should be lower than that of the first verb. Okay, so you can see my first verb is at -1.35, my second verb is at -12. All right, so here we go. So you can see that beep. So that's the docking we're talking about. All right. So without this verbs being sent, it being dry, let's hear what it sounds like when it's dry. And when these verbs are sent to the snare, what it sounds like. Absolute clear and clean difference. Okay, so try this out in your next mix, and yeah, enjoy. All right, thank you so much. If you have any question, leave in the comment section. God bless.